It's what brings everyone together to fight for a shared goal, to push each other forward. It's what creates moments that we'll remember all our life.
Marking up for the game. Got it!
So mark your calendars and be a part of the battle for the ultimate trophy.
He's having a good day.
Because when we win for one,
Are you kidding me?
we win for all.
Years, and we started off with 80 countries, and here we are in Indonesia for the first time ever for the FIBA Basketball World Cup Finals. It's now down to the best 32 teams in the world, who over the next 18 days will be looking to fulfill the dream of lifting the Naismith Trophy. Welcome, basketball fans. We have Group 8 action. It's game day one, the first game here in Jakarta, Latvia taking on Lebanon. Well, a lot of fans are out from both countries. Latvia taking the cake as there is a few thousand here to support this Latvian team. But do not worry, Lebanon. Your fans are here and they are going to help and support their team as much as possible.
It's time to meet the teams for this afternoon game. First, introducing the team representing Lebanon.
Well, first up, we have the visiting team, and that is going to be Lebanon this afternoon. And maybe not a lot of pressure on this Lebanese team. They haven't played in a World Cup since 2010. But talk about a team that have had a great year and a half leading up to this event, as they did excellent at last year's Asia Cup, finishing second. They have the MVP on their roster. They also have a new man in Spellman, Shona Thorburn alongside Mark Clark, bringing you today's action. Lebanon, how interesting are they? Could they make, in my opinion, it could be an upset if they could get a win here on opening day.
Well, they've got players who can score. I mean, you mentioned the MVP from Asia Cup, Akaji. He had a super tournament. Adding Spellman gives them a bit of firepower up front. They have reasonable preparation, couple of wins, couple of losses on those games. They lost to Mexico last time out. I think the key for them is their confidence coming into this. They haven't been on this stage. Yeah, you get excited, but it's daunting. You know, you're playing against the Latvian team, one of the best teams in Europe on qualifying form. Can you reproduce that run you put out there in Asia Cup? Can you get confident day one? They have to.
Well, that run happened here in Jakarta, so they said we have good feelings about this place and about this country. So I think they're going to try and ride off of that feeling that they had last summer, and a lot of these men were on this team. But first, they got to get through Latvia. And Latvia, all right, maybe they're missing a few people, but they went through the whole warm-up stages and exhibition games leading up to this tournament. And, you know, other than that last game against Lithuania, they had a really good outing. Latvia, tell me a little bit about your thoughts and how far they could possibly go in this tournament.
Well, I think, you know, obviously we talked about the loss of a superstar in Porzingis, but they had him, they didn't have him in the qualifiers. They only lost the one game, opening game against Serbia. Then they just beat some huge teams in European basketball, beating Greece, beating Serbia, as we say. And also the great thing about him, you take the Porzingis stats out of the 2 games he played. No guy gets double-digit points on this team. The team score. The team play defense. And in Luka Mancic, they've got one of the smartest coaches who's been around the block in Europe, understands how to get the best out of his group, and they do get the best out of the group. That's the key for them.
Yeah, Coach Luca Banchi, you said it. He's been there for over 2 years, and what a job he has done with this national team and the program to get them to their first ever FIBA Basketball World Cup. We will take a quick pause for the playing of the national anthems. But before we do that, Group H, so we have Latvia and Lebanon coming up now. And the big game tonight, Canada go up against France. Well, those are the rankings. France 5th, Canada 15th, and then rounding out the groups are Latvia and Lebanon.
I invite you to stand for the national anthems. We begin with the anthem of Lebanon. Thank you. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Latvia. Thank you.
Well, as the coaches, all smiles right now as they exchange handshakes with each other. And now the teams, again, a lot of respect whenever you go up against opponent. But as soon as that buzzer goes and that ball is tipped, it's all about winning. And today's referees, you have the crew chief there in the middle, Julio Anaya, along with Scott Becker and Jenna Renault, will be calling today's action. And those of you who haven't been paying attention, this is the first ever World Cup for Latvia. And I don't think they're just excited to be here. I think they also want to make a statement that they deserve to be here. But first, they're going to have to get through Lebanon, and it's not going to be easy. We mentioned it, Lebanon, they finished second at the Asia Cup. And there we have the starting five. So you see it, the big man, Spellman, he is starting. Dakwish, Hadar, Arachi, and Mezer. What can you tell me there, though, about number 20, Wael Arakji?
Well, you're not MVP for a continental championship without having talent in his score. His club team won in Lebanon. He led that in scoring and assists. and you see his numbers in the World Cup qualifiers, nearly 17 points a game. And for someone who's a scoring guard, to chip in with 3 assists, he really does know how to make the rest of his lineup click. And he has confidence. You know what those guards are like when they don't know a bad shot, and he doesn't take many bad ones. And this guy, he's won an NCAA title, so obviously his pedigree from when he was a starter, if you want, on an NCAA team, that's fine. He's earning his living at the moment in Korea, where he literally double-doubles every week. He's just a phenomenal talent and scorer. But the challenge here for Coach Haji is just getting the best out of him without losing the work and the output he gets from Akaji.
Yeah, well,
you know, the captain was great in that tournament as well, and I think it's always a balance to try and integrate a naturalized player with no previous competitive games. It's going to be interesting to see how they do.
There's a reason why Coach Jad El-Haj decided to go with him for Lebanon, so there has to be a reason, and we're excited to see him.
Yep.
So let's find out, but first off, Latvia and their starting 5. We have Kurix, the Bertans, Schmitz, Grazulis, and Zagas.
Almost doesn't matter who starts for this team, they all contribute. But they are missing some guys. We have to say that Porzingis and players are also missing. You know, Lomas, who had 15.5 points per game in the qualifiers, the only player who did get double digits. Evis Bertans is just one of those guys. He had some NBA quality. He was injured for a lot of the time last year. But you don't have that experience and quality, and you don't commit to the national team the way he does without really being able to contribute. And what must their family feel?
I'm sure they're here.
Oh, they must be here. You average him in the qualifiers nearly 10 points a game, and again, chips in with assists. You've got very similar matchups, but the experience of Luka Banji is just a top-level coach who has an enormous amount of experience, and most importantly, he knows how to get the best out of this Latvian team. He's at one with the group, and it's such a tough job to do that when you see guys so infrequently.
So infrequently. I mean, a lot of these athletes on this Latvian team, they have been around for all those qualifying games. You know, a few of them played in all 12, a lot of them played in 8. That's a big commitment from the players, but also they want to be there. They want to be coached by Coach Luka Banki. And the last 2 years, he has really turned their program around. And a big reason, in my opinion, and you'll see as soon as the game tips off, the way that they play. And that has to come down to the head coach and the systems and the belief that he has installed in his players.
Well, let's not forget, as we get a look at the Lebanon team, who, as it says, won their last game in the last 2 World Cups. They were just a long time ago. You know, it's a long time ago that we were in Turkey in 2010, and they obviously came up with performances then. They missed out a chunk of international basketball, and that's obviously taken a while for them to recover from. But I think the key when you look at the way this Latvian team is going to play, they're going to play defense for 40 minutes, and I think Lebanon can live with them for a while. They can score for a while. Are they going to be able to put up with that pressure for the 40 minutes? And the other person to note for that Latvian line is Roland Schmitz. He only played 2 games in the prep. He had a great season in the EuroLeague with Zalgiris. He's got to take some of the slack that Lomas has left. So it'd be interesting to see. Roland Schmitz has been around for a long time now. He's vastly experienced and vastly talented. But again, for me, they're all going to get looks at the basketball. They're all going to get open looks. Can Lebanon cope with them for 40 minutes?
We'll find out in about a minute as you see the TISO countdown clock there. I agree with you. I think this Latvian team could, if they can just kind of be patient, knock down some shots early. We do know that, I don't want to say they live and die by the 3, but they are all excellent 3-point shooters. Even their bigs, they can really spread the floor. That, to me, can maybe cause a little bit of trouble for Lebanon.
And the great thing is, if they are patient, like you say, they'll wait for an open shot. They're not the team that the individual has to shoot it. They'll wait for the open one. Whereas we know that Lebanon are going to have to force it a little bit through Arakci, but he can. And so it's, can he do it for long enough? Can other people help him? Can other people contribute?
Well, the crowd is getting hyped. Welcome to the FIBA Basketball World Cup here in Jakarta, Indonesia. Latvia taking on Lebanon. Lebanon coming up with the jump ball as they get it to their playmaker, the lefty. Good defense there by Latvia. And easy penetration. And what a dunk and a statement by El Dawish to start the game.
That's a great
Lebanon.
read. That's a great read, isn't it? They tried to double him. They tried to trap. He just took it down the gut. That's confidence.
That is confidence. As now we see a great penetration, reverses off the mark for Latvia, and now Lebanon had an opportunity to push it, but slowed it down a little. Spellman kicks it back up. Arakshi gives it up. We know he can shoot threes. We saw that from his stats in Korea. Ooh, tough shot off the mark there. But ball is going to stay on this end of the court and go back to Lebanon.
See, I don't think Spellman can do that too often, though. I mean, get a replay of the great dunk, no help. And when we see the replay, if we get a look at the previous one, great help from Lebanon.
Oh, easy inbound action leads to a wide open layup. And miscommunication there as El Dawish has 4 points for Lebanon. And now Latvia, another opportunity. They go inside. There is a mismatch. And I was going to say maybe good defense, but a little bit of a shove in the back as that foul is going to go against Ali Mezea. So first foul for Lebanon, and Latvia with the ball out of bounds. Oh yeah, I didn't see that from our angle. He did reach around, and clear foul, easy foul call by the referees. So Latvia, another opportunity. Zagars, skip pass, corner. I talked about their three-point shooting, and that is nothing but net for Schmitz. How about that? That's your big man.
Well, again, they had to help on the roll. They didn't deal with the roll very well, and Latvia find the open man so well. Great example of it early doors.
Big screen by Spellman, leads to a three-point shot, and Lebanon making a statement is the captain, Ali Hada. Schmitz with that nice basket. This time he takes it off. How about that left-hand shot over Spellman?
Spellman's foot speed is going to be an issue if he gets out to the perimeter. He's going to have to make a decision about what he's going to offer. He can't play him straight up one-on-one.
Miscommunication. That ball goes back to Latvia. Yeah, you said it. I think Schmitz is a tall order for Spellman. You know, Schmitz with his outside shooting and three-point shooting ability, and then that last possession, we saw him easily take it to the basket. Latvia with the ball back. Again, looks like they're gonna go inside, and they do. And Schmitz with all 7 points for Latvia.
Well, we said before the game he's gonna have to take up some slack. Well, he's already demonstrating what a great season he had, how much confidence he has. Shot the three, shot a two, took it down the lane.
Yeah, showing his bag of tricks.
Absolutely, all in his locker.
Arakshi now gives it up. Gets it back. He hasn't even attempted a shot. MVP of the Asia Cup. Well, spoke too soon off the front iron. And Latvia, they're going to push the tempo. And patience, they get it back out. And now they're going to want to slow it down as Zagars calls the offense, gets it back. Zagars' three-point shot, no good. Hadar kicks it out off of the rebound. Arakshi now mentioned it. He's someone you expect needs to score for Lebanon. Well, not when you have that guy. Good job there by El Dawish again.
Well, they have great pass. They have 4 different scorers, and it's not the MVP for the Asia Cup. And what do we know? We're talking about, will he get support? Well, he's taken 1 and missed. Everybody else is on the score sheet. That's such a good thing for Lebanon, getting contributions.
Yeah, you said it. Well, nice outlet pass to an easy basket by Latvia on the other end. Now they got to defend here as the game's tied 9-9. Arakshi gets it to the corner. They're helping off him a lot. I mean, they have to help. They have to come and help.
But that's the great thing about Coach Benji. He's just always going to make a decision about what he's going to offer and what he's not going to allow. So they're picking their poison.
Zagars now calling a little ISO pick. They get it. Oh, how about that inside-out action? And a three-point shot in the corner is good.
Lebanon again. They're going to have to decide how to deal with a pick and roll. Every time they run a pick and roll, they haven't got it off the primary option, but they've got a wide open look.
And you really have to defend the three-point shot, especially against this Latvian team. So maybe you give up the roll.
Yeah.
They go inside, and Hadar is fouled, and it's going to be on the ground, so they're going to get the ball back on the baseline.
We get the replay, and the Latvian bench is up. They don't want to see that try to reach from that baseline side and give up the middle. Come the other side, and the help will be there.
Well, last out of bounds play, they scored easily. This time, better defended as Arakci. And it's going to be a moving screen going against Ali Hadar. And that's another thing about this Lebanon team. You don't want to see, especially the captain, a go-to player for Lebanon for many, many years. Played in all 10 games of their qualifiers, double-digit score for them. What do you think about that call?
I think it's a perfect call. He moved. They didn't execute it very well.
Oh, and another three-point shot by 0-0. Kurix actually has his first name, Rodioms, on his jersey, so maybe we can go ahead and call him that.
It's a little bit like Rudy Fernandez,
Yeah, and the Brazilian players, they like to go ahead and use their first name, so. Well, another foul called against Latvia, and that's going to be their third team foul. And Arakci, again, hasn't scored in the first 5 minutes of this game for Lebanon. This time penetrates. Oh, got caught in the air, but finds a cutter. No good, though, as Latvia now a 2-on-1. They go up in the air, and it is good by Schmitz. Well, Lebanon now, and Coach Jad El-Haj wants to call a timeout. How about that, Mark? We've seen a lot of good basketball early from both teams, but Latvia.
Well, he's now completed the whole set. Three-point line, two-point line, little layup to the far side of the ring. Then he's above the ring, Smits. He's just giving you a whole demonstration of what he has. But they've got to talk, apart from the... We'll get a chance to listen to the timeout here, but we'll talk about that pick and roll issue, and we're going to get a look at Smits again.
Of pass and attack, or flash high, attack the low post. We're using the same mistakes. Again, we played 4, we received the ball here. Whatever happens, transition and use your fouls. Give me now double weak, okay? So Sergi Wael here. Give me Omari, Ali and Snake. Go, back screen, back screen, he will go receive you and Wael last action. Or, if Sergio, you receive the ball, Ali on low post, okay? Transition and use your fouls, come on. Guys, come on.
Well, we talked about Smits, haven't we already? I mean, we talked about him before the game, having to take some slack up. There he is from the three-point line. Fundamentally so sound on the shot, great penetration, can go right, left. Then he gets the mid-range jumper, gets everything square, uses the backboard. It's like a clinic. This is just a coaching manual for people. Then he's above the ring, and every single Latvian fan is on their feet when he's doing his thing. 11 points. We're in the first quarter of this game. Halfway through it, he has 11. I'll say it again, Shai. I do think more importantly than that, they're going to have to deal with a pick and roll, Lebanon. If they don't, they're going to struggle the whole game.
Yeah, you said it. Schmitz with a perfect game, really, so far in this contest. Spellman now, ball goes off his foot, and it's going to be another easy fast break basket for Latvia. That's their 6th fast break point in the first 5 minutes of the game. Nazir now gets it to Hadar. Tough shot, and they get the offensive rebound, and they leave that man open from the corner. His shot's no good, but Schmidt's there with the flying rebound, and another opportunity for them to run, and they do. And that's another three-point basket by the captain, Bertens.
You are getting a view as to why they were one of the first European teams to qualify. Run, pass, shoot the ball, take open shots.
And completely unselfish. And finally, Arakci sees the ball go through the basket, and that's a good sign for Lebanon fans, as Hadar just kind of stood his ground. Almost a turnover, but Latvia get it back, and Zagar's now. Little action. You said they got to make a choice on that pick and roll, and that's the choice that they made that time, and it leads to a 2-point basket for Latvia.
Oh, the problem is that Spellman, who was guarding Smits, couldn't help the helper because he's guarding Smits. But they have to make a decision. They make no decision, and they get an easy 2.
Hadar gives it up. He wants it back, though. Short corner look. And not a bad call, in my opinion. From our angle, it looked like he reached around.
Brennan's Kirks is not happy because he asked, on the previous possession, he was 2 ago, he was asking for the same call the other way. And he not happy with the call. Actually, I agree with you 100%. The call was correct.
The call's correct. The referee was on the baseline. You saw his left hand, you know, kind of grab the back, and his right hand try and suck it out. So another inbound opportunity for Lebanon. They get it in as they have made some substitutions. So some fresh legs in for Lebanon. And ball goes off the hands of a white jersey as we see Mansauer in the game.
The Latvians do such a good job. They'll fill the middle of the floor, they'll fill the help side, but they don't stand there. They're always active, so if the ball gets shifted, they will get off that split line and really actually contest on closeouts. There's no space. They're doing such a good job defensively.
Well, Arakci, tough shot, is able to draw the foul, and that is gonna put Lebanon into the bonus with 2 minutes and 47 seconds, and also a trip to the free throw line. Here we can see it again. Oh, it's not actually. For me, it was a really good move by Wael Arakci, where he saw that his hand was kind of reaching in, and he went into a shooting motion.
Yeah. When you're not straight up, you're asking the official to make the call. It's not a way that Eggershell would want to join the game at all. You know, it's his first possession, first rotation. Picks up a shooting foul. Good signs though for Arakci. He made, he got his 2 in the floor. Now he's on the free throw line. That's going to give him some confidence and rhythm. They desperately need him to go off here.
Well, that is Bertens into the game for Latvia. Both teams going to their bench now. First opportunity really for Lebanon to run, but they pull it out. And patience here. They're far away from the basket is Arakci, though. And he's going to have to make something happen. Gets a 3-point shot off. Very contested. Great offensive rebound is El Darwish. Spin move, baseline, hang time, off the mark. Gets his own rebound, though. And that leads to almost another offensive rebound, but it's going to be an offensive rebounding foul going against Lebanon. And I believe that's going to go against Koikshin.
Hey, they're going hard. You can't fault Lebanon at the moment. It's not working. They're not getting shots they want, but they're keeping themselves alive in the game. They're going hard to the glass. Maybe a little hard on that one, but the 2 other possessions on that play, that possession, they came up with great work on the glass. You've got to find ways, right? If your shot's not dropping, your score is not going, find a way to contribute, find a way to hang around, because you know Arakci's going to score.
Well, full court pressure. Oh, and a foul, though. Pretty decent full court pressure. Might have been able to force the backcourt, but no, Mansauer just a little too aggressive. So Latvia now with a new 24-second shot clock and ball in the backcourt. And Zorik taking the point. talked about that on-ball defense. Almost a switch. A late switch back leads to a three-point shot by Davis Bertens. And nice. Almost give and go. Backdoor cut. Another missed opportunity. They've had basket opportunities, and the ball just hasn't gone in the hoop for Lebanon. Good job getting back on defense as Latvia pulled the ball out. Ooh, nice shake and bake. Extra pass, three-point shot. And finally, it doesn't go through the hoop as they have been red hot from the three-point line in this game, Latvia so far. And El Darwish all the way to the basket. He has definitely been a bright spot for Lebanon scoring in this first quarter, excuse me. And that pass, thought it was tipped. And one referee says it went off a red jersey. Another referee said it went off a white jersey.
Well, we haven't seen the replay yet, but the reaction of every single player and coach, they're going to go coach's challenge on it. Not sure
What do you think,
best
Early?
use of. I'm not sure if it's the best use of a coach's challenge, like at this stage of the game or whatever. But everybody's reaction tells me that they've got it wrong. But they're going to look at it, so we'll let them talk us through it.
Yep, we'll get to listen in as the referees are mic'd up.
On a head coach challenge, an out of bounds situation. And you go. Go. This we got red. Then can you go back? Can you give me this? And the shots. Can you go there? Frame by frame. Back. Come. Stop. Which other camera can you? Maybe this one? Can you zoom in? More. Back. You think he touched with his finger? Then this was the last one you call.
So we're going to have red ball on the baseline?
Yes, red on the baseline. You go and check the. It's okay. Let's go.
The time is good?
Yes, it's good. It's when you blow the whistle.
The challenge is unsuccessful.
So after review, we got unsuccessful challenge. The ball is for red baseline.
Do I make the call here?
Yes, you made a call.
Well, we heard it from the referees. It is going to stay red ball as
Basically,
Coach Banky not too happy.
the officials are saying that Chavez
Was the last
came off his fingers, but the image they were looking at, the ball's already past him.
I don't even know if it touched red first. Did it touch
It definitely touched red on the initial deflection.
All right.
Well, hey, that's why they're in gray shirts and we're in black shirts.
So Lebanon now with an opportunity to cut into this 12-point lead. They could get 2 possessions here if they score early. And nice pass down low, but the block. Oh, offensive rebound though. Way to stay with the play is Mansauer. And now they need to get a stop heading into the end of this first quarter. How about this? They've fallen back into a 2-3 zone against a very good shooting 3-point team. Well, let's see, as obviously Bertens, he's already hit 1. I was gonna say maybe they would use the whole shot clock, but they didn't. And now Arakji, 3-point shot, is off the mark for Lebanon. But good job there to cut the lead. They are trailing by 10 after 10 minutes to Latvia, and it has been all Latvia early in this game. And if I dare say, it has been all Roland Schmitz for Latvia. He's had other people participate, but he has had an amazing first 10 minutes here.
Well, he's definitely the headline. He's the headline. He's the starring role with a great supporting cast. I mean, 63% from three. We know they can shoot the ball, but yeah, that's just a crazy number at this level. 6 from 7 from 2. Even the shots they've missed, I can't, apart from Bertrand's last shot, they didn't take a bad shot the whole quarter. I mean, Benji is so unhappy about one play. Gonna look at the best plays of that first quarter, but you summed it up, showing that they've moved the ball, shot the shot, and they haven't taken bad ones. The great thing I've got to say about Lebanon, and you're gonna have views of it here. Yeah, Arachi didn't get his game going, but as a team, they really did not quit on the plays. They kept the ball alive on the offensive glass far more than they should do. When they had the chance to attack it down the middle, they did. They've just got to find a way to slow down a team that has come out with 27 points in a quarter and shooting wide open shots. Their offense is just, they're going to make shots.
Yeah.
But they can't give up wide open looks every time Latvia run a pick and roll.
Yeah.
And it's not the roller sometimes, it's not, they've just got to decide how they get, what rules they're going to follow, and if Latvia can beat those, fine. At the moment, I don't know what they're doing. I can't tell you that they've decided to hedge, to switch, to zone it, or anything. It's like they run the pick and roll, Latvia get a shot. The great thing is we get that courtside app. You know, if you want to find out more information while you're listening to us and everything, get that courtside app, the 1891 application, download the QR code. Everything you'd want to know about the World Cup is on there. But they've just got to make a decision. And the last thing, they went to that zone. If you match up on the shooting spots, they won't have to deal with some of the rolls and the issues they have against the zone if they match up on the shooters.
Well, it's second quarter action here in Jakarta. Latvia up 10 on Lebanon as they start with the ball. And you mentioned it, Mark, they're back into that zone. They got to get out and defend the three-point shooters, especially in the corner. And shots off, rebounding issues sometimes happen when you're defending zone, and you can't give two opportunities to Latvia as Zorix knocks down his three-point shot.
At this level, you just got to find a body. I know it's hard, you said it, it's really, really hard sometimes to find the body against the zone, but the zone forced the miss, you've got to clear up about the mess on the glass.
Well, Arachi now, we saw him get going a little bit at the end. Ooh. That's a deep three-point shot off the mark. Another offensive rebound, though, for Lebanon. So a good job on the boards. And Mansauer just penetrates. Oh, I think he had a layup. Nice extra pass, though, as Ezzedine is off the mark. But guess what? Another offensive rebound for Lebanon. And now switching. And doesn't get the roll, but will earn himself a trip to the free throw line. Is Arachi. What do you think about these offensive rebounds?
Well, that's the only thing that's keeping them going in this game. You can't fault them for the effort. And at the moment, without Spellman's out and not being in the game, they are quick. At 1 to 5, they're quick, so their foot speed on the offensive glass is giving Latvia a problem. But it's not. It shouldn't be giving them that big a problem. They really have. Either they've done a great job on the glass, or Latvia have just not taken responsibility on the glass at all. Because it's not like they're getting contested offensive boards. They're rebounding in space, and they're rebounding from deep.
Well, they mentioned it yesterday in the press conference that, yeah, they know that they're the underdogs, and they've got a lot of work to do, but they are going to fight hard every possession, and that's what we are seeing here early from this Lebanon team, especially with 7 offensive rebounds against a tall Latvian team. That sounds is tangled up, so they will keep the ball.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this will be the size of lineup that they had during the Asia Cup, where they had to deal with being smaller. They had to deal with trying to find ways to deal with the defensive situations. And as good as Spellman is, and as great as a recruit he is to the program, he gives them a look, and sometimes they lose more than they gain in certain situations. And at the moment, this is one of them.
Well, there you see that on-ball defense was a little bit better, and lob pass was tipped. And just a tough break there by Lebanon, because I thought it was pretty good defense. And a lot of dribbling and going nowhere, but get it inside to the captain, and that's a tough fadeaway shot by Ali Hadar. Now Latvia, three-point shot, box out, rebound, ooh, saves it, and they keep it, and that shot was off the mark by Schell. And nice patience there is El Darwish, and he has really had a good game early.
It's surprising me that they are struggling really, Latvia a lot to just contain Lebanon in terms of dribble and the rebound situation. Wow.
And Bertans, that's that NBA deep three-point shot as he shows his range.
That's the first three they've made for the first shot since they've gone to the zone. That's 1 for 6. It's far better than where they were in the first quarter, though, defensively, Lebanon.
Well, Hadar scored last time down, missed that one, gets his offensive rebound. Maybe should have taken a little bit of time, misses that, though. And extra pass to the corner. Pretty good defense, but you can't have two, as Zorix nails that three-point shot. And another timeout is going to be called by Coach El Haj. And he has to use it, in my opinion, and that's his second timeout of this half.
And you know, we talked before this, we get to listen to the timeout. We talked a lot about they had to do it for 20 minutes, 40 minutes, all the time. Best example of it there. Two people chased the ball, they left the open shooter. They can't leave the open shooter. They just have to stick with the rules that they're going to put on the floor. And the zone was slowing them up. They got out of the shape, they make the open look.
Well, let's listen in to the timeout of Lebanon here.
When you set the pick and pop, okay? When you swing the ball, I have been exit. Ali, you're gonna see, you're gonna flash again for this action, okay? Be patient. They can't score from second chance. When they miss one time, done. They can't score first time, second down. Use your early fouls. Go aggressive hit. They will not give them easy fouls. Again, transition, guys. Give me the play for transition. Let's go. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Well, the Latvian fans have to be loving what they're seeing as their team has 38 points with still 6 minutes and 50 seconds left. And you mentioned it quickly before the timeout, Mark. You can't go double someone in a court. You can't make a defensive mistake against this Latvian team, I think is what it boils down to.
You mentioned it before the game about how they're going to cope with this level and being out of national team basketball. So that's what they miss out on, not having to do it on a regular basis. And maybe 4 games, maybe the wrong teams, whatever, maybe that's not enough. And you know, Spellman's back in the game now. The answer is not to try and deal without him. You need him. He's going to give you so many things. They've got to find a way to keep him in the game and not get hurt.
Almost turnover as almost looked like Latvia fell back into a little bit of a zone. And that three-point shot, but a fight for the rebound. Ali Hadar can't come up with it. So Latvia now. Ooh, baseline penetration, and that shot was high off the glass and draws a foul. So Zorix will go to the free throw line.
They really are so like for like, aren't they, in terms of the rotations? You know, Cigar starts, Zorix comes in. Both really effective point guards, both really trying to do the same things, fit the pattern of everything that Latvia are trying to do. You know, they go 12 deep, and it's very much the system really suits everybody's skill set. It's a really well put together balance of a lineup. And they had 26 players play in the qualifiers, you know, so they're deep as well. It's not, Latvian basketball's in a great place.
It really is, and you mentioned it quickly. I mean, to be one of the first European teams to qualify for the World Cup, when you consider how strong European basketball is, it shows you the progression that this Latvian team has made in the last few years.
They didn't qualify for Eurobasket last time, which sums up that huge difference. But you beat Serbia and you beat Greece.
Yeah.
I mean, they're two of the...
Well, Spellman, you talked about it. They need him. And he knocks down that easy jump shot from the free throw line as they're back into their man-to-man defense.
Well, they've started to switch everything, which if you switch everything, you can't hide yourself in the keyway and allow that open look to be made. You're late. If you're late on the closeout, it's a made three.
And it was really, you know, El Darwish just kind of fell. And I don't want to call it a mistake because, you know, he didn't mean to fall, but every time Latvia really crushes you. But how about that take by El Darwish? And he now is in double digits with 12 points for Lebanon. Latvia now taking their time, finding the open person, get it into the corner. Shot clock's at 4, so they're gonna have to put it up. They do put it up. It's not a 3 this time, and rebound was almost tipped out, but instead it's gonna be Lebanon ball.
I mean, I'll ask the question, you'll know the answer, obviously, but like, Spellman has not posted up in a quarter and a half of basketball. They haven't tried to get him in the block. They haven't tried to give him an advantage in the block. They haven't run a pick and roll and tried to get him to roll deep. I mean, like, the guy can score. And they're just not fighting. And there he is again, way outside the three-point line, getting a touch.
Oh, Spellman talked about it, took him off the dribble. That is a tough shot over a very tall, long-armed Bertrand. So, you know, maybe he prefers to be further out.
He's got to get touches,
We haven't
though.
seen him before.
No,
That's the thing. We haven't seen him in FIBA competition, and that shot was well contested. And Lebanon, another opportunity to cut into this lead. Penetration kick. They get it to the hot hand of this first half. El Darwish, but he is stripped. No, almost. Oh, and that leaves a three-point shot in the corner off the mark, but another offensive rebound for Lebanon. They're gonna say it went on off his knee as Hadar he says, no way it went off my knee. And he went over, you can't see it on the TV, but he went over and talked to his coach and said, I promised you it did not go off my knee. So it looks like Coach El Haj is gonna also use his coaching challenge.
Let's just say he won't be very happy with his player if the player did touch it off his knee.
It is his captain. I think he's going to trust his captain.
After we will talk.
Yeah, Benji is saying that there was a shot clock violation because there was no change of possession. The clock reset while there was that who's got it, who hasn't got it scramble, which they can't correct right now
And a
anyway.
head coach challenge, another about situation. So stop there, go back and stop. Okay, look, forward, stop, right there. Then let's see, this one and this one, this one is okay, this one is okay. Look, frame by frame here. Let's go here.
Oh, yeah. Easy call.
So
It didn't go off his knee.
Back. Go. No. This. So it was on the knee of the white. So we got red ball. So can you go backwards? No, backward. Back. Right there. Go slow. Good. So we got 10. So then we got the. Can you go? So one. Go. So we got like the miss reset on the play, right? Yep. So we got the baseline for the red, but go.
It's going to be a shot clock.
53 wasn't 10. So we got 2 seconds on the shot clock. Okay.
But it hit the rim.
Yeah, he hit the ring. I think everybody's missed the point here.
We got red ball but we got 2 seconds on the shot clock.
I thought it hit the rim, though.
I think the ball hit the rim.
Coach, you got 2 seconds on the shot clock. We got a miss reset right here. So that's what you got to.
Oh, it's a miss
You got 2
reset?
seconds
No,
shot
no, they
clock,
missed the
okay?
reset.
Yeah, before.
There. Then the shot was got away. Unless they're going to go back to the miss reset. But if they go back to the miss reset, well,
We're going to have to ask about that after.
that's far too complicated for us to.
Yeah, wait. This is out of our...
I wouldn't mind seeing it again because
Out of our
they
pay
did-
grade.
They did definitely miss the reset. But you're like you, I think the ball hit the rim.
Well, they get it in, and it doesn't matter. Oh, but Hadar not able to score, and he's missed a couple easy chip-owns, as a lot of his teammates have. So another missed opportunity. I think he wanted a foul, but they didn't call it. As Shed now. Oh, and that's what happens. You overhelp and you get worried, but they get lucky on that possession. There is just under 3.5 minutes here to play. Latvia leading 43-28. Group H action. And nice little shot fake there by Mezir. And he got, I believe it was Zagars off the feet. Yeah. So they're saying it's 2 shots. Well, timeout is going to be called by Latvia and Coach Luka Banki. And let's see what he wants to talk about. What do you think about that call? You thought it should have been on the ground?
Well, I thought the contact was on the ball fake as he put it on the floor. He got hit on the guy come down before he went back up. But I think it's a great timeout by Banki. I think the game has got very messy, very disjointed. I think he's more saying, look, let's just get back to where we were.
You take it out. You want to receive is Roland and Artur ready just in case they deny. We have middle catches. On the catch, we want to attack, stress, opposite guy coming. Eating, closing zone, ready to play against the zone. If it's man-to-man, we go 4 down. Okay. 2 screens. Come on. More zusammen.
Well, you saw the scores for Latvia. Schmitz, all 9 points coming in, what, the first 4 minutes, 5 minutes of the game?
He's been out of the game since the 7th minute. Like, he played the first 7 minutes and he hasn't been back for like 10 minutes. He's got a little cold on the bench because he missed his first shot coming back. There'll be all those people in the crowd going, why didn't he come back earlier, coach?
Sergio.
Now you sit him down, he misses a shot.
El Darwish, the leading scorer for Lebanon. He has 12 points. As Ali Nazar makes his first, and that one rolls in. Now a little full court pressure here by Lebanon. No surprise, they got to do something. Last 3 minutes, and there's the trap, and almost leads to a turnover, but they are able to hold on to it. And now they fall back into that man defense and almost switching. But an offensive rebound kicks it out. Extra pass in the corner to the captain. His shot's off the back of the iron. And another offensive rebound. Tough basket by Schmitz. That's a big time basket.
It's a big hoop as well. I've missed a couple of jumpers. I'm going to take it to the ring. It's easy to talk this through, but when players make those decisions and finish it, it's just a great call by him.
Well, Darwish gets it back, penetrates, turns it over. Chance to run. They got 2-on-1, and they're going to call a foul going against Mezir as I don't think he intentionally meant to really foul that hard. Didn't reach in. Oh yeah, he did.
He just ran through it.
Yeah, he kind of just ran through it.
I'd be surprised if they don't look, well, they don't look like they're going to look at it.
I think they... kind of going away a little bit from, you know, it was kind of always an automatic unsportsmanlike foul for a few years, quite a few years.
Yeah.
And I think they're going away a little bit from that.
We'll have to ask that question as well, I think.
Bertrand gets it to the hot hand, Schmitz, and make that 13 points for the big man.
Yeah,
you have really seen everything from him tonight.
He's just having a game, isn't he? And the thing is, he got back in the game, missed a couple of shots. Now he's back in rhythm.
Yep.
Both ends of the floor, he's having a super game.
Nazaire. El Darwish looking for Hader. Nazaire gets it back. He's going to go inside to the captain. Ooh, little turnaround, no good. And again, good offensive rebound sometimes has been leading to fast break opportunities. They got back on that time, but penetration kick. And Bertrand, he missed that last three-point attempt, but he's not going to miss 2 in a row as he knocks down a 3, and it's now a 50 to 30-point lead for Latvia.
Oh, the tempo's just exceptional. You just love watching tempo that way. The ball doesn't stick. It's not just speed down the floor. The ball movement was exceptional.
Nice pick and roll action, kicks it out to the corner. Spellman, we know he can shoot threes. That one rolls in and out though. He hit one, make that 2 in the span of about 15, 20 seconds. And boy, Latvia are red hot from the three-point land. Well, great defense by Schmitz.
I don't care how much you soften it and are unlikely to do it. If you don't call that, you're not going to call anything unsportsmanlike. He lost Bazor, he grabbed him. It's in the past definitely would have been unsportsmanlike. If I don't call this, then I really have to ask the question. That's just a frustration foul. If that's, then I don't know what an unsportsmanlike foul is anymore.
On Spellman, right?
No, it wasn't Spellman. I can't remember which Lebanon player fouled. Oh, super.
Well, Latvia now are just, they're enjoying themselves, and the fans are enjoying it. You and I are enjoying it, but they are playing some great, great basketball. Lebanon here, they need to get a good look, hopefully a score, get a stop on the other end, go into the locker room as they go inside to Spellman. Spellman, that's a tough turnaround, and there's 15 seconds on the shot clock. And Latvia are going to slow it down, no surprises. Zagar says, no, 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 look at the shot clock, Schmitz. I'll get the ball to you, but we'll wait a second. Zagar's penetration, Schmitz left open. Oh, and that shot would have brought this crowd to their feet, but it is no good. And what a show performance Latvia have put on after 20 minutes here in Jakarta. They lead 55-30 over Lebanon. Well, it's been a tough afternoon, tough 20 minutes for Lebanon, as they are trailing, but I do, you know, we're looking at their percentages, 48, only 10% from three-point range, as Latvia just shooting the lights out. But let's go and talk about Lebanon. I feel easily they missed 12, 14 points on easy baskets. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would. I think they missed a few, you know, quite a few, like you say, of gimmies, and also the breakdowns to give the open looks. It wasn't, okay, we're loving the way that they're playing. The Latvians are moving the basketball, but you're now in this, they're at halftime. By the end of that second quarter, they got it back to 13 down with the basketball. And I was just about to say, hey, they could hang around, get it to 10. Yeah. We're at 23, 25 points now. That happened in the last 3 minutes. I mean, key players, yeah, you know, 5. Just hasn't got his game going at all. 0 for 4 from the three-point line. The fact he's only taken 5 shots is a worry.
Yeah.
You know, at Bertrand's where he's 4 from 5. Smith's has just been phenomenal for Latvia. I mean, he's just been phenomenal as well. And we're going to get a look at the best plays, and some of these are going to be Lebanon plays at the early part of that second quarter, because their work rate on the glass was exceptional. Then we pointed out the 2-3 zone They went one for 6, Latvia against the zone. They took the zone off, and all of a sudden, open shots come back, and they don't appear to want to play the zone with Spellman in the game.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting, I don't think the questions are too difficult to answer. That little pick and pop play that we saw there in the best players, Bertrand gets the 3. It's exactly the same play they ran with Smits late in the half, with exactly the same wide open shot. You've got to learn, you've got to make adjustments, and for all their effort on the glass and for all the contributions they've got from other players, they've been, well, they look naive at times, Lebanon. That's the biggest issue they've got. And Coach Benji has decided that Arkel's, they're going to really make sure that Arekji is not going to get open looks, so he hasn't got open looks. That's why other people have had open looks and had opportunities to score. But Smits in the last replay, you saw there with that beautiful, like mid-range 2. He gives the ball to Bertrands here after he'd made the 3 from the other corner, knew where he was on the floor, found the open man, and that is like, you could run that piece of analysis across the whole half when it comes to Latvia.
Well, you said it, Lebanon, they're going to have to figure something out defensively because you cannot let Latvia go 52% from 3. It is halftime, and we will be right back, folks, as Latvia leads Lebanon.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
A few of those guys knocked down shots.
How about? Well.
Oh, nice pass.
Oh, and it's an alley-oop.
Jokic makes it look so easy.
Yeah, everything makes it look easy.
To Klaver. Klaver, nice bounce pass into Willie Hernan Gomez. Oh, my words.
What a move. What a drive initially. Attacked the basket, then the bounce pass came.
Gowrie. Back out to Ijan now, leaves his man on the floor and throws it down.
Oh! Ruri Hachimura! He just ripped through the ozone layer and pounded it home to Miles Turner.
Got to get it in. It's in. Mahika breaks through. Mahika to win it. He can win it. No.
Reno grabs the rebounds. Provitola. Deck behind the back pass. Oh, yes. Now we've come to play.
That's the play of the day so far.
Jalen Brown. Buckle up. A windmill gets the crowd here in Shanghai to ooh and ah.
Just can't get it to drop. Tough tournament for him so far.
That came down to purely Abercrombie wanting it more.
Giannis up and in! Giannis and Antetokounmpo with the response!
Behind the back pass to D'Elia by Campazzo.
That was incredible.
That could be the play of the quarterfinals, folks.
Matu, oh! Did you see that? Matu throws it down.
unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Well, there you saw some of the top scorers for Lebanon and Latvia at the half. It's halftime. Latvia with a big lead over Lebanon, 55-30. And there's a lot of players that we could actually talk about in this game. You saw there the highlights of Bertrand's, the captain. Great game so far, 14 points, 5 of 6. He only missed that 1 3. A little bit of everything, but for me, it's really been Schmitz. He started the game, started the tempo, but everyone contributing for Latvia. I mean, they have, what, 9 players who have scored?
Well, 9 players that have touched the floor. 8, and it's 11 players already on the floor as well. Everybody has got in, except for Pashnix, and it's, well, we said before, you get the stat there. I mean, 48% from 2, yeah, it could be slightly better. 1 from 10 from 3 is killing you. And Arakji has only taken 4 threes. It's not as if he's come down and been firing it up. It's not as if he's been coming down and just jacking up bad shots. He's going to have been looking to involve, and other people have. But I think, you know, as we get the Darwish 12 points, leading scorer, 6 from 7, part of that is that Latvia have decided that Arakji is not the guy they're going to let score. So that other people have to score.
Yeah.
Lebanon have to find a way to get Arakji more shots, you know, whether the game is gone from them or not. Latvia with their 77% from 2 and 52 from 3. They've hardly taken a forced shot, you know, in throughout the. And when you're in that mode, no one worries about passing the ball, because when it's your turn, you're open, you get the ball on this team. You don't have to beg for it. You don't have to get frustrated. You're going to see it. And it must be what it is, a pleasure to watch them, but it must be a great team to play on, because you know the ball's going to get shared.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, they share the ball so well. They always make that extra pass. Even if it's a shooter, they make the extra pass to the person who is just slightly more open. And it must be a wonder to play for. It must be fun to be able to coach them as well, because there's not a single selfish player on this Latvian team. Lebanon, yeah, El Darwish, I thought he had a great first half. You mentioned it, defensively, they are buckling down and not giving any easy looks to the Asia Cup MVP from last year, Wael Arakji. That being said, your MVP caliber player you have to figure out to score because his team needs him to score.
Yeah, absolutely. But like, and if people are thinking, oh well, the Asia Cup's not the World Cup. Hey, they lost to Australia in the final. Australia, one of the favored teams here, regardless of who's on the roster. China, Japan.
Yeah.
However well those teams played offensively in the tournament, all those teams have people who can really really guard you well. So New Zealand were in that competition, coming in the top 4 in the semi-finals. So it's like the Asia Cup is a tough competition, and he dominated the competition.
Dominated.
Absolutely dominated it, and almost single-handedly got them the win over Australia in the final, which would have been which would have sent some ripples through world basketball if they'd have won the Asia Cup. And it's a testament to not just the one-on-one nature of the way they play their defense, Latvia. Team-wise, they do such a good job at helping and recovering and closing out and forcing the dribble to go where they want it. Lebanon just have to execute that much better. You know, that's all it comes down to, and they've got to find a way to get Spellman more shots, and they've got to find a way. Maybe take Arakji, as they did, a little bit off the point, get it to him off a screen where he's got a little bit of advantage, but Latvia then just switch it. And they're so interchangeable that they guard him all over the floor, and it really is a hard ask. But this will not be the first team that has a hard ask against Latvia, and everyone talks about the other 2 teams in this group about deciding who's going to win tonight. Hey, that's a major assumption when you see the quality of this performance in the first half. Because Lebanon are not a bad team. This is a good performance by Latvia to make them lead this 55-30. And coach is still working very hard.
Well, he knows there's 20 minutes left in this game. And you said it, there's a lot of hype about this Group H. And a lot of that talk has been about...
If you have the 4-man, don't set him screen. Move, okay? So all you go to receive the ball from Jad. I have Sergio here, I have Wael here. So go for dribble handoff for Sergio and re-screen. On the re-screen, find the pocket.
But Jad, you need to move to the corner, totally to the corner.
Jad,
so you can open that.
Wael, Sergio, all and high working open. But quick pass. If they head start going high, it can again high. Okay?
I'm there go with Sergio.
Yeah, you're right, Sergio. Okay, hand up with Sergio. Transition. Let's go.
Well, there you heard it. Coach El Haj with some last minute, sounded like offensive tactics because he knows his team needs to score. There's one thing about this Lebanon team. You know that they're not going to give up. They know that they have 20 minutes left. There is nothing to lose. Why not? Why not? Why not them? They haven't been at this World Cup since 2010. They've had a good year and a half. Asia Cup qualifiers. They're going up against a very, very strong Latvian team, but they still have 20 minutes left. Well, second half action underway here. Latvia leads 55-30 at this year's FIBA Basketball World Cup. It is the first game here in Group H, as Latvia have looked very, very good. Spellman, extra pass to the corner, and dangerous bounce pass. Nice ball movement by Lebanon, good hands. They get it to the corner, and that three-point shot is off, though, at the shot clock. So Latvia now, nice defensive possession.
Yeah, and Arakji didn't touch the ball in that whole 24. Spellman went inside, which was good.
Zagaus gets it into Schmitz, finds a shooter. We talked about that extra pass. Defense, oh! And Batsans, that's going to be his 5th three, I believe, of the game. How about that? The crazy thing is, I mean, 3 people were open on that possession. They made the extra pass.
Absolutely 3 people could have shot it. But
ball is going to stay here.
See, the first possession there for Lebanon, I thought, oh, okay. Akil's going to handle the ball. The Ramsay get Arakji the ball back, and he'll make something happen. Or obviously Spellman was in the post. Arakji didn't see the ball. It wasn't like they didn't look for it. They didn't look at him. Now he's got it now.
Arakji, we mentioned it. I know it's tough, and the defense, look at that. You have 5 defenders staring at him. Oh, tough take. Maybe tough break. Kind of looked like a block from our angle. but doesn't matter because he's going to go to the free throw line. Let's take a look here.
Grazoulis comes over. No, it's a foul.
That looks like a foul.
Yeah, hit his arm, hit his head. That's one of those.
He didn't touch any ball.
I think that's more, are you sure? Asti just, he did it in such a good way, the referee's thinking, did I get that right? That was clearly a foul, and Arakci gets himself going on the dribble.
As he goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and it's basically where he has scored his points here tonight, as he is now 5 of 6 from the free throw line. You'd like to see him knock down a couple outside shots.
Yeah.
Find his rhythm. Bertrand's, nice pass underneath, easy 2-point basket.
And that's
and
why
the thing is, you have to get out and defend him at the 3.
And that's why Bertrand gets the ball back, because in that penetration, he could have gone a little floater. His teammates are even a better position. He'll give it up too. Well, we talked about it. They are so generous with the basketball.
Spellman gives it up to Arakci. Look at this. They're just switching, defending. And that was a tough take. And those were the kind of offensive takes you saw last year at the Asia Cup. He was unstoppable, really, at that tournament.
Well, you said it. They look like they're going to switch on him all the time, and they did in the first half. But that time he was much more definite, much more positive. As is Bertrand.
He says, I don't know, guys. Like, what? Well, I'm open and I'm going to shoot. You got to stop me, as Bertrand now has 20 points in this game, the captain for Latvia, and an 8-second call, so good defensive possession after some nice offense for Latvia.
And let's not forget, it's not for Latvia, it's not just about this game. They're in a situation where they've got to set the level. This is how we play. It's not the fact that they're winning by 30. This is what they do every game in, game out. That's why they only lost 1 game in the qualifiers.
Oh, great job there. Is Zaga is getting all the way to the basket. And you know, I talked quickly, didn't finish my thought process at halftime. There's a lot of talk about this group. You know, as soon as we saw the pool come out and the countries playing in this group, Spellman down low, and he just hammers that one home. So nice offensive possession. But Canada and France, everyone's talking about Canada and France, medal potential, Canada and France. And, you know, as soon as we saw Latvia, we're kind of missing some players, Porzingis being one of them. You know, you kind of said, oh, maybe Latvia don't have enough. in the performance that I have seen, I know it's only been 20-odd minutes, but I think this Latvian team, we haven't seen Canada or France play yet. We saw them in exhibition, but it's all different when tournament play rolls around. But this Latvia team, in my opinion, they're sending a little bit of a statement. Yeah, this is their first World Cup, but guess what? There's a reason why we are here, and we deserve to be here.
Absolutely. You couldn't have said it any better. Like, it doesn't matter who you're playing. If you share the ball and take open shots and make enough, you're going to be in games. The defense is always impressed, because once they can switch 1 through 5 in most rotations. Because even when Porzingis is in the lineup, he can switch 1 through 5 because he's that long and quick.
Yep.
So it really does challenge teams to execute against them. And if you shoot the ball like this.
Well, Latvia got the ball back after that foul. They go inside, and I think it just... Oh, Schmitz with the offensive rebound, put back. He just flew in from nowhere. Look at this. No one boxed him out.
Offensive, I think, on the foul.
I think you're right. They're going with an offensive foul.
Yeah, same type of thing. The angle on the screen was wrong again, and they tried to correct it. Been correcting it, they're moving.
Well, ball back to Latvia. And a little lob pass. And that time, he makes the basket, is Grazoulis. He missed those couple little chip-ins on the other end where Schmitz cleaned up his mess, I want to say. But that time, there was no missing it. As El Darwish, big first half for him, 12 points. Goes inside to Spellman. And that's an open 3-point look. And they just cannot score. How about this? Schmitz got out runs, easily finishes. He's the one who contested that three. He knew his teammates were gonna come down with the rebound. Outlet pass, easy two-point basket, and a timeout is called by Coach Jad El Haj from Lebanon.
Let's just say Roland Smits is a very good basketball player. Long and the short of it, he's just a very, very good basketball player. Gets out, contests, run the floor, finishes, offensive glass, all that effort stuff, and he can shoot the three. This will be an interesting Lebanon timeout.
Whatever we are doing on, there is one guy under the basket. Say drop, say flat, switch, stay in front of him, give me three guys behind. If you are switching, Ali, you have to be under. If you are switching, you have to be under the basket, okay? Offensively, give me first one special. First special. Ali here, but which one? Pass it back, overload, seal, high post. Transition, one more time. Things is not working, transition.
Well, they got to figure something out. Thing is, it starts defensively. Offensively, yeah, they need to score. They only have 36 points, but you can't just let Latvia get out. They had 55 points. They now have 71. I mean, they're just scoring too easily.
Well, you said it's got to be at the defensive end. Well, they're going to, on the timeout, they're going to switch the pick and roll. Well, all right, doesn't matter for them. It's now, we're halfway through the third quarter before they've decided to change it. But, you know, it's not be crazy about it. It's 71-36. But again, for Lebanon, it's not just about this group. It's not just about this one game. They've got to come out this World Cup. There's a second agenda of qualification for the Olympic Games here. They're going to be in the mix for that.
Three-point shot just off the front of the iron, and you kind of see him run back with his hands up saying, I don't understand why it's not a good look. That was a good look for him. We've seen him knock down that shot time and time again.
Well, there's the shots he's got to make for this team.
Yeah, he has to, yeah. Nice defense, almost got a touch on it. But Latvia, 5 seconds left, and that's a deep, deep three-point shot attempt off the mark. Rebound, El Darwish has been quiet so far in this third quarter as easy opportunity and miss. This is what I talked about. I said at halftime, I think it was 12, 14 points that they missed out on scores for Lebanon, and we're seeing it again also in this second half. Schmitz has a mismatch down low, but he kicks it out because this team is unselfish. And now taking their time, maybe a little bit too long, Schmitz. Shot off the mark, and hustle rebound play, kicks it out to Zagras. And now they're gonna use their shot clock that they got back. Zorix to the corner to Schmitz. And that's 2 misses in a row. That's 2 offensive rebounds by the big man, Rodions. Sorry, I'm calling him that now because it's on his jersey. Kurix.
We'll check. We could call him Rod.
Rod. We'll check.
We'll check it, but like, I love when teams are this relentless in what they're doing, and that's exactly where Latvia are now. Because like Rodions Kurix, just get both names in, but we can't be wrong. Right? Like, he can't be faulted at times. If they start thinking, oh, you know, we're up this, we're just. No way. He's on the glass hard every time because he knows Coach Benji's not going to play him unless he's doing that all the time.
Yeah. As we see Schmitz there, goes to the bench for a breather. And, you know, you mentioned it before the game started, Mark. You're like, well, Roland Schmitz, he really needs to step up. He played 3 games for them in the qualifications, only had 5 points. They're missing some players. Do you think he's stepped up so far?
Man, I've watched Roland for like many years, and we said he had to step in the low massive shoes. He's more than done that. I mean, he's just been an exception. Well, everybody that's supposed to have stepped up has.
4 on 2. Leads to a Zorix 3-point shot. And they were hot in the first half, and they are hot in the second, as they are still shooting over 50% from 3. That's incredible. They have 14 made 3-pointers.
Zorix and Haggard, they are very like for like at the point. They can play together, play on their own, and Spellman just bullied his way to the ring, and I wish he'd have tried to bully his way more often. They're going to count that. You know, we talked about being relentless. Spellman gets to the buck, he bullies people, gets two. While he's getting back, they've already made the pass. And there's, to be fair to Spellman, for Spellman to be one of the guys being closest to getting back doesn't say a lot about his teammates now. We don't expect them to quit. They're not going to quit. But it's a dangerous time with 3 to go in the third. They've got to play hard here, not just about today, but about the rest of the tournament.
Well, it's going to stay their ball, and shot clock is going to be reset to 14 as Lebanon fans, they were excited before this game started and not as excited now, but there's still a lot of time to just try and cut into this league. I mean, oh, they're going to call a blocking foul where the Latvian fans think it was a charge. But no, it was a blocking foul as Azadine is going to go to the free throw line, I believe. And Latvia keep talking about their offense. Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't know if he moved his feet, but he kind of moved his body sort of to avoid the contact. So I don't think that was a bad call by the referee. And
it's all those fans in the purple with the flags and stuff. They think the referee's totally against them. I mean, they're wanting everything. They're having a great time because their team is playing so well. Every call's going against them.
Yeah.
They're only up 76-38. I think the referees, well, again, the call seemed fine. You know, no issue.
Full court pressure here. It's what they need to do. Oh, there you go. Comes up with the steal. And 2-on-1, easy basket as El Darwish for his first 2 points of this second half. Again, staying in that full court pressure. They need to do something. And I like this by Coach El Haj. But you got to get back, and they do. And ball is out of bounds. So great 2 possessions in a row by Lebanon as they got a steal and then forced the turnover on that second possession. So now it's just shooting. I mean, you mentioned it. They're not doing a bad job from 2-point range. They're shooting over 50%, but 1 of 14 from 3. At this level, it's hard to win if you can't knock down a 3-point shot.
No, well, you can't shoot this poorly and be competitive.
Well, spin move, ball goes out of bounds, and 7 seconds on the shot clock. And another missed 3-point opportunity. It was a good look, though, by El Darwish, and that's what I mean. I think they've had good looks. They just have not been able to see the ball go through the hoop, especially from the 3-point line. As the other Bertrand Davies in the game now. Ooh, little shake and bake crossover action. Kicks it to the corner, and that is a tough shot off the mark, but he is going to be fouled and go to the free. I think it's going to be 3 free throw attempts. Is Arturas Kurix. There, let's see. Oh yeah, he was well behind the 3-point line. Yeah, easy call by the referee. Got him on the lower body, so he's going to go to the free throw line for 3 free throw attempts. I don't know why that's hard to say for me. As Latvia, they've only been to the free throw line 4 times in this game so far, but they haven't really had to when they've shot 27 times from 3-point range.
In fact, neither team has been to the free throw line. It's not been one of those games where a lot of free throws have been taken because Latvia, to be quite honest, don't foul in those situations. And when they're, as you said, standing on the 3-point line the other end, they're not going to get fouled very often.
Well, Latvia now 79-41, minute 34 here to play in the third quarter. They can get a couple stops, a couple makes and then a couple stops. Do I think they're going to come back and win this game? Not quite sure that will happen as there's 11 minutes left. Vizier, nice easy basket by him. Here they got to get up. They got to get up. They got to defend. They got to get a couple more stops for this quarter. Their hopes aren't over. I mean, I know they're in a really, really difficult group. They're going to have qualification games. They're going to try and have to finish as high as they possibly can at this year's World Cup. Penetration kick is Bertrand's. His three-point shot, oh goodness me, falling down from the corner. Hits nothing but the bottom of the net, and they are on fire. Normally you see teams shoot really well in the first half, but this has been a continuous thing for Latvia, as not able to hold on to the ball is Zoric, so Lebanon are gonna get another opportunity. Look at this, how about that? He was falling. I think he was trying to maybe entice the referees to call a foul. Wasn't a foul, it was a contested shot. Didn't matter because he made it anyway.
And it's not just him, is it? Every single person in a white shirt is knocking the three down.
Well, foul, so ball back and a new shot clock. Ooh, tough shot. El Darwish kisses it off the glass. So again, nice game for Sergio from Lebanon. The issue is they just haven't had a lot of contributions from other players.
No. Well, and the biggest issue is down this end of the floor. They just can't stop Latvia scoring.
Bertrand's showing his range. That went off the back iron. And Lebanon, they're gonna have 8.7 seconds. Plenty of time to get a good or decent shot off.
There were some people ready to leave if that one had gone, because that one, that last three was closer to us than it was to the three-point line. But the thing everyone will pick up on here is that they haven't taken many contested shots. Every one of these, most of these shots have been off great ball movement.
Yeah.
Did they have a foul to give? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
smart
surprise.
team foul. They got to play good defense now. 4.8 seconds, as you saw Arakji there check back into the game just for this possession. Plenty of time to get a good shot off. Kicks it out to El Darwish. El Darwish, oh! And finally, the three-point shot goes in. That's only their second of this game. So great job there. Nice finish. I mentioned it. They had to get a couple stops, and they did, minus that big three-point shot in the corner by Bertrand's. But the last minute and a half, we saw a little bit of light and fire by Lebanon. They still trail after three quarters, 82-48 over Latvia, though.
Fuck! Why that overhelp? We stay. We front the left. We stay solid. We 15. There's no ball squeeze. Jabbar set the 5.
See, Coach Banshee's now, he's not coaching today. He's coaching for the next two games. You know, he really does want to make sure his ball screen defense is right. Just look at statistically, over 50% from the three-point line, 76 from 2%. Whatever woes Lebanon have had at the offensive end, you can't give up those numbers at this level and expect to be competitive in a game. And early play in the third quarter that you got very excited about was where everybody touched it and like 4 people could have shot it, and they end up with a wide open look. Bertrand's been so good at getting his feet set, but his teammates made it so easy by giving him the ball early.
Yeah.
We haven't seen enough of Spellman. I don't know if Spellman's the right guy for this team or not, because we haven't really seen him get the ball inside 10 feet often enough. What this game has showed is how good a player Roland Smits is, and more importantly, I think Roland Smits is he individually doesn't have to create too much for himself, because the ball moves him so quickly. A guy who has great numbers in the EuroLeague, great numbers in his whole club career when he's with Zalgiris in Lithuania. It's just an exceptional. It's a privilege to watch him and Bertrand and the rest of this Latvian team share the ball and play the game the way this game is supposed to be played. A lot of talk about dribble, a lot of talk about, you know, attacking people one-on-one. yep, that's got its place, but so has 5 people contributing, and no one does it better. He's going to get on the bike to stay loose, I think.
Well, 10 minutes left. Latvia with the ball to start this fourth quarter. They're leading Lebanon 82-48, and they have just been shooting the lights out, especially from three-point land. Scale, step back. Is that a long 2 or a 3?
Long 2.
And they're going to say it was a 2-point shot. Nice little shake and bake there. And you know, this Lebanon team is not as tall and physical as, let's say, Canada or France. So you're wondering if, you know, against maybe taller competition, a little bit longer, are they going to have the same kind of shooting percentage? Well, good job there, getting out and running. Nice body control is Artus Kurux.
Well, the one thing that's definitely sure is that they're not going to have so much advantage because the dribble penetration or the ball movement is going to be chased that much harder. Are they going to stand off as much as Lebanon have? Are they going to force them to put the ball onto the floor? Yep. Are they going to?
Yeah.
Everything will be a little tougher.
Yeah.
The great thing about Latvia, well, that's what they face when they go up against, in qualification against Serbia. That's what happens when, you know, Greece extend their defense against them in the qualifiers, etc. And what they do is make another pass. Or they'll make another penetration to draw more. And if you don't help, I mean, I am going to go to the ring. What they haven't had to do much today is to get to the ring. But you saw with Schmitz when they all stayed at home, he got to the ring and scored. So, you know, fundamentally, I think it comes down to stopping the ball movement, you know, with where we're at the source. And obviously, Canada and France are going to have more athletes and more quality to be able to do that than the Lebanon have. But I don't doubt they might not shoot 50%, but they're going to be in the 40% from the three-point line.
Zorix gets the ball, goes inside. No, he doesn't. Finds Bertrand. That shot's in and out. Look good from our angle. They do miss. They are human.
But it's great the way they miss. They're missing good ones. No one's going to go 100%. Well, very rarely.
Well, Guidance Bertrand is almost at 100%. He's 6-7.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. And this is kind of the moment. Okay, we know that they have a day off tomorrow, and then they'll play the next day. Is this the moment where you say, you know what, it doesn't matter, I'm going to go ahead and play my players, or will we see if Schmidt's back in? Will we see the captain Bertans back in, or could you see them sitting out this quarter?
Well, I don't know if he'll word it in the same way you just had in terms of because he'll expect the team to still produce, but does he need to split Smiths anymore? No.
Yeah.
You know, and also at the end of the day, let's actually 33 now, and it's like, you know, you're talking, they're not talking in their minds, they're not talking about 3 games, they're talking about a playoff game coming out of this group. They're talking about going deep in the tournament, so I think they'll rest people, they'll rotate people. The other side of that is there are guys on that bench you might need later. So right. you need to keep them sharp. You need to keep them feeling as though they make their contribution. So he's got both sides of that to weigh up. I would be surprised if we see Smits or those guys back, if we see them back for very long, if we see them at all.
Well, Mansauer there with a 3-point play. Nice backdoor cut action for him, but it's open 3-point shot. Every time they're open and they miss, you kind of say, Lebanon, you got lucky.
Yep.
Zorix misses that one.
Zorix's movement, Shona, was just exceptional again. Saw the defense react, move to an open space, and they're going to step out of bounds, I think, on the closeout. Yep.
Well, it was nice action, and unfortunately, I think it was Izzedine just tried to penetrate, stepped out of bounds. So ball back to Latvia. And cut inside is Bertrand with the receiver and draws a foul.
See, that's the type of thing that's definitely not going to get when you're going up against Canada or going against France. That was too easy, too simplistic. they're not going to beat them for foot speed. They beat the defense then for foot speed. If you look at it from the other perspective, though, from Lebanon with the 2 games to go and a secondary objective of perhaps getting one of the places in the World Cup qualifier or even, the Olympic qualifier or even the Olympic Games, you've got to be going hard for the rest of this game. You've got to try and find a way in this 4th quarter to get things that are positive. You've got to find a way that Iraq's going to get, because the other thing is they're not as if they have a game off against a weaker team. They've got 2 great teams to play, and Iraq's got to get points and get shots. They've got to find a way to use him really effectively. And they've got to do that in this last quarter, get as much out of it. This has almost become a prep game now for the rest of the tournament for them.
Yeah. Iraqi, you said it. It's better than what we have seen. And you know, I know we hyped him up a little bit. We talked about him before the game started. If you go back and just kind of watch his highlights from that Asia Cup tournament last summer, you'll see what he is really able to do. And you can see that he is frustrated, and he's had good looks, and he's missed shots that we saw him make all last summer.
Absolutely. And the other thing that now happens, you start to sort of second guess yourself, don't you? When he's had those one-on-one situations, he won't take it as quick. He won't be as confident. Let's take a listen to Coach Manji.
First pass, wherever you make the entry, we will break the lines with him, okay? So you play the ball like he's playing here. We shift like this. We have a 4 out, okay? You moving inside to drive and kick, to enter the defense and space the floor. Super aggressive, okay? Ready? Come on.
Well, you mentioned it, that Coach Luca Banchi, he has not stopped coaching 1 minute of this game. And you said he's coaching for the future. He's coaching for that 2nd game, that 3rd game in group play, because he knows how important it is for his team to still improve every day,
Absolutely
right? Every
right.
game, every day.
And you heard in that timeout, you know, we're 4 out. You know, you've got to attack, you've got to space, you've got to penetrate, kick. And as he said then, get an advantage. And once we have an advantage, you know they're going to use it. You know, whether it's that guy to shoot it or another advantage by kicking in on, they have to get that advantage as quickly as they can.
It's a little
one
free zone?
No, I think it's ended up being, I'm not sure. Because they matched them, Spellman came all the way out of the middle. It doesn't matter because of it an open shot.
They'll make that 16 3-pointers for Latvia in this game. We do know the record's 24.
That was Canada in the last World Cup in Shanghai. I had the privilege of being on that one. It was.
So they're a ways away from that. There is still 6.5 minutes. Well, big cheers for number 18 as he checks out of the games. Chavez. Arakji. Tough layup. Wanted a foul. No call, though. Again, patience by Latvia. They are always patient, trying to find their open person, and that they do as Axios Kuriks knocks down another one. They're so patient, and they're so unselfish.
Yeah. I think, okay, Lebanon's defense has stepped off a little bit. Obviously, they're struggling in terms of maintaining their motivation.
Oh! Well, we got a little bit fancy. Leads to a 2-on-1 and an easy 2-point basket for Ezzedine. There is no cooling off. I feel like the air conditioning has been turned on a little bit more here, but it doesn't matter as Shell there knocks down another 3-point shot for Latvia. They just make it look so simple. And now we have a timeout, so let's try and listen in to the timeout of Lebanon.
Man again. Okay, you get the stall guy, you get the 4 men. Again, switch 1 to 4. Just 1 to 4. 5 men attack the ball aggressive black. All 5 men attack black. Give me the same action. Wael here, Mansour here, Sergio here. Easy and off. Now when you go Wael, you go give me elevator for Sergio. Great elevator for Sergio. Okay, nothing happened. Open, receive, and continuation of position.
Well, we mentioned Luka Banki doesn't want to stop coaching Latvia, and Jad El Haj also does not want to stop coaching his team. It's about getting better. It's about getting better every quarter, every half, every game. And there's still 5 minutes left. Comeback win is almost impossible, but you can still improve. You can feel good going into your rest day tomorrow and leading up to your next game. And I think that's what Lebanon needs to feel and think, especially number 20, Wael Arakshi. Well, a little bit of a problem with the shot clock, and that's why the referee blew her whistle. There's more substitutions for Latvia. And we see number 12, Aptos Spoutins, checking into the game. And they get it into Spellman. Spellman gives it back. Nice little elevator action as El Darwish. Definitely a bright spot as he airballs that shot.
Very
for
much
Lebanon.
their most productive player from minute one, still playing hard.
Oh. Well, I guess it's easy. Look at this. Just kind of throws it up, and the big man there to finish it off. Getting his first minute of the game for Latvia is number 32. Seshniks.
First action, I thought he was injured, the fact he hadn't played, Seshniks, but...
Schmitz played so well.
Yeah, it's good.
Chavez was good.
As good as he's in the game. It's pass.
Offensive rebound, easy two-point putback there by Goichkin. Crossover, kick out, Mansauer puts up three-point shot, front iron. They've still only made three three-pointers in this game, 17%. And guess what? I was gonna say, that's what happens when you don't pick up the ball. I think they got lucky there, Lebanon, miscommunication. Mansauer, fancy ball handling, but turns it over, trying to find Spellman in the corner. And now Latvia, their fans are on their feet, as I think they are very, very happy, and there is a lot of them out here.
I don't think they sat down, though.
I don't think they sat down. No, you're right. Maybe at halftime when Latvia wasn't out.
There's a few people that have picked the wrong seat because they're sitting right in the middle of the Latvian fans. They're probably having a good time, but they're not standing with the thousands. There are thousands of them as well.
Well, it's the first time Latvia are playing in this tournament at a FIBA Basketball World Cup. That shot is off the mark. Araksha easily gets to the basket. I mentioned it. He had 3 minutes left. You know, we know he can attack and get to the basket. I'd love to see him knock down a couple three-pointers to end this game, not for any reason other than to give himself confidence going into the next game.
And they really do need him. And as we keep saying, it's not just this game for them.
Oh, what an alley-oop lob! And they have had, as you see Porzingis there, he's enjoying it, as are the fans. Oh, goodness me. They just make it look easy. And three-point shot, no good, as Latvia come up with it. Well, Possessionix, he hasn't played a lot, but he's already made a couple statement plays here in the minutes he's played in the fourth quarter. Latvia 101-58, skip pass, penetration. Ooh, nice up and under, no good. But the big man there to follow it, and fortunately he can't finish. If I was Bill Walton, I would have said, just throw it down, big man. And there you see the alley-oop. That's gonna be play of the day, I am sure. Well, actually, talking about Latvia here, there's gonna be a lot of plays.
There's a lot of
They're
plays.
gonna have, as we see Porzingis just enjoying himself. We know that he's not playing, obviously. You and I thought he had a doppelganger. Oh, Spellman from three. Thought he had a doppelganger yesterday at practice because we knew he wasn't going to play with Latvia because of a foot injury. And he is here, though, with
That's
the
the
team,
ideal
supporting
doppelganger.
the team. Yes. I was like, but I swear that's Porzingis, right? Well, yeah, it is Porzingis, and this is how much it means for him to be Latvian and how badly he wishes he was playing, I'm sure. But he's still a part of the team. And easy two-point basket there for Possessionix.
Possessionix managed to take 7 shots.
Ooh, double team there. They do have a 4-on-3, but nice hands. And this is going to be an easy basket as he throws it down with 2 hands. Does he have more points than minutes right now? I think he might. He played 5 minutes and he has 8 points.
He's productive. Let's just say he's productive.
Spellman, little shot fake, dribble, 3-point shot. That's his second 3-point shot in the last minute here. Zorix now, just about 40 seconds to play. And Latvia making it look easy as you feel like Lebanon just want the game to end.
Yep, absolutely want the game to end.
Arakji, 3-point shot is good. And that is his first 3-point basket of the day.
That may be the most important shot he makes.
Yeah.
They've got to look forward coming out of this.
Well, there's about 5-second difference, game clock and shot clock, so they're gonna have to get a shot off. Is Latvia, a little shake and bake, hit the roller, no dunk this time, but it doesn't matter as his nice little one-handed shot just outside the semicircle in the key. And that is gonna do it for Latvia. Spellman make that 3 3-pointers in the last few seconds of the game. And well, what a show we have had here in Jakarta. First game of the day. Latvia saying we are not here to just enjoy the experience as they beat Lebanon 109-70. What a win. First time ever at a World Cup for Latvia.
Well, there's that stats, Shona. It's you said it, first time at a World Cup. These fans have come out because it's their first time. They're going to think this World Cup thing is easy. Show up, win by 109-70. Everyone's going to rave about the way they shot the ball. I just thought defensively they were unbelievably effective and efficient. Merchaz with 20, Schmitz with 17, Brazulis with 12. as we said, Darwish was really decent performance for Lebanon. There are some good things for the Lebanon to focus on going forward, but not read too much into the result. We knew Latvia were a good team coming into this. We knew that there would be one of 3 teams competing to qualify. All they've done is tell us they're healthy, they're in shape, they shot the ball tremendously well. They're now going to do what they do all the time, spend time with their fans, have a great relationship with them. And this is a really nice start for them. They can go away, rest, practice tomorrow, get ready for a much tougher game on game day 2 in this group. But it's fun for us watching them, and it's enjoyable to see how they play. But the way they play is going to be a tough ask. They're going to ask some serious questions of both France and Canada in terms of can they get what they want against them, and can they stop them scoring? Because they're going to have to stretch their defense to do that, and then it's the decisions that make. That's impressive. And we're going to see on the best plays of the 4th quarter, we're going to see, again, great examples of shooting the ball. The game got a little flat towards the end, but they were just so much fun to watch.
Yeah, they really were. And really, if they weren't in this group, one of the toughest groups, in my opinion, at this World Cup, I could see this team going through in any other group. But first, they got to get another win. They have one win. They got to figure out how to get another win. It's either got to come against Canada, it's got to come against France. Lebanon, on the other hand, I know they have 70 points. They lost 109-70. 9 of those points came in the last minute when this game, neither team were really playing defense anymore, let's be honest. You know, I think a bright spot has to be Sergio Aldarish.
Yeah, oh no, I think it's the bright spot for me is the one thing we made before. Other people have to step up and play, and others found a way to actually contribute.
And I just think at this level, you need to be able to knock down threes more consistently than shooting. They finished with 29%, but they were at 17% before that. So, you know, when you're open, you have to make shots. Whether it's a layup, a 2-point, or a 3-point shot, you need to make baskets when you're open. And they missed opportunities. They easily missed 20 points.
Well, yeah, and the other thing shows you can't let teams shoot the percentages that Latvia, we can rave about how good they were, but they allowed them to shoot great percentages, too many open shots. Let's just say the level, they need to raise their level. The only way to raise the level is to be at the competition. They're at the competition, they need to get better, and they will.
Yeah, you said it. Well, what a performance by Latvia in their first ever FIBA Basketball World Cup. They are 1-0 with that win over Lebanon, 109-70. Coming up later tonight, we have Canada taking on France, and that is going to be a tough one here in Group H action. Thanks for tuning in. That was very, very exciting, and I think it's exactly how this tournament is going to do. We will be back later tonight with Canada taking on France. Good job, Latvia.